It's about to get wild. Up, Whatty Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Nanatsu no Taizai chapter 271. And last chapter, we continued on our adventures into Purgatory, and at the end of the chapter, we ran into Wild, aka Hawk's brother. Anyway, let's get to today's chapter and see what happens next. Bring your feelings across to the eternal world. Bon and Meliodas at last discover a teammate that knows of the Demon King, but he clearly looks like Hawk. And this chapter is titled Sincere Feelings. Did you say Wild? It's like a super hairy master. Your younger brother, you mean Hawk, right? What? Hawk? My younger brother's name is Wild. Though it's true my brother disappeared around the time he was born, so it wouldn't be all too strange if he didn't remember his own name. You don't mean to say that you know of a man that looks exactly like me? Did you just call yourself a man? And I gotta say this, because Nakaba, the joke is there. First of all, you have the W for Wumbo. And then the M for the younger brother for Wild. The joke is just there, Nakaba. I see what you're doing, and god damn it, I fucking love you, Nakaba. And look at me, the blonde's goddamn laughing. Looks like you. I'd say there's not a thing about him different from you. He could be your clone. Look at these. There it is. That's the same exact cry Hawk makes when he's hungry. Fucking Bond is just laughing. The world sure is a crazy place. I would be like, if I was there in, Bond and Meliodas' shoes, I would just be Bond. I would be dying. I would be laughing my ass off. Fuck, I have already tried not to laugh because of the Wombo thing. That is just funny as fuck. Ugh. It's time for the hot sandstorm. Please, oh guests of the underworld, please follow me to my humble abode. Oh, you live in this pig hut all by yourself? Yep, I decorated and made it myself. Though this is the first time I've ever shown it to anyone. This is pretty well made. Yeah, it really is. All I got is free time after all. Munch. But even with, free time, would you really do all this? Wow, this thing's so hard to sit on. Bon, I think that's a sculpture. Well, all I got is free time after all. Have a drink. This is Wartine made from the ass warts of a tickle pig. What? Wait. I gotta read this again. This is Wartine made from the ass warts of a tickle bitty. Nakaba, what kind of tea house were you at when you were coming up with the name for this tea? I have to ask this. Were you at some questionable tea house with Oda and one? I'm not gonna include Horikoshi in this one because I don't know if Horikoshi would be in this kind of scenario. But definitely this is something I could definitely see Oda and one there with Nakaba. And you know what? I can actually see Mashima there too. I don't know why I could see Mashima there. You're Mashima there, but I just could. I don't know why, but I really could. I could just see them at a titty bar or at a titty tea shop. Just kidding. Damn it. Oh my god, my mind is just in the wrong place. Anyway, let's just keep going. And then fucking it says it tastes like fucking purgatory. Tickle bitty ass what? taken away immediately after he was born by the Demon King and sent somewhere far off outside of this world. That was over 8 million years ago. Wait, what? Hawk woke up in Britannia 16 years ago. If a minute in the other world is a year here in Purgatory, the math adds up. Is this a TK? I love you, Bon! Nakama, thank you for giving Bon back. Thank you for bringing the real Bon back. I've missed you, Bon. Like, this, I'm going to tell you right now, Purgatory has fucking redeemed Bon. Purgatory has really redeemed Bon. But I still do not know the reason why my brother was sent to that other world. Ran away! Yeah, that was not a tea cake. I know the reason. It was for the Demon King of Purgatory to keep watch over me, his son. That's definitely the reason why he chose Hawk. What? The Demon King's son? Just, who are you? That's right, I still haven't even asked your name. I'm Meliodas, and I'm Bon. So then, my little brother was chosen to keep watch over you? At first, the Demon King used animals of the real world to keep surveillance on me to ensure that I stayed vigilant to my duties. But they'd always either die to trivial accidents or from their short lifespan. That's probably why he turned his eye to creatures of Purgatory. And sure enough, Hawk is extraordinarily resilient and tough. Okay, hold on a second. Look at this panel right here. First of all, there is a toucan here, and I have to wonder if Nakaba / the Demon King in this scenario was eating a bowl of Fruit Loops and just thought, just thought of, in the case of Nakaba, just thought of the commercial and maybe thought that Toucan Sam would be a good idea to have follow Meliodas because Toucan, you know how Toucan Sam does his thing, he follows his nose. And Toucan would be like the best idea to tell Meliodas. That's the only reason I can think having a toucan would be the best goddamn idea. Okay, like, why would you, the majority of these animals that are on this panel, Demon King, why? Why would you think these animals are like the best idea? Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't think having like a hawk, or hence, maybe this is why you named the pig Hawk, because you didn't think fucking straight. I don't understand why you didn't have like a hawk or a falcon or like some badass fucking bird of prey. Keep an eye on Meliodas. Like these animals, like, okay, in the case of the monkey, I just have to wonder, were you just like watching The Lion King and saw Rafiki and be like, oh, this is a good idea. Let's have Rafiki's fucking goddamn smart. Let's have a monkey just watch over him. In case of the mouse, did you just think like, okay, Nakama, did you watch Ratatouille and just be like, oh, let's include a mouse in here? That's fucking smart. In the case of the bunny, must have watched fucking Bambi and saw Thumper and be like, oh, you know what, Demon King will probably use Thumper in here. That's the only reason I could think of that shit. And yeah, you even include Bambi up in here. I just don't even fucking know, man. Like, you would think after, like, maybe the, like, first couple of animals, the Demon King would have an idea of, like, what kind of animals were on Earth, and be like, okay, you know what, maybe I should try and find something in Purgatory, because they last longer, something in Purgatory that looks like an animal on Earth, to keep an eye on my kid. That might have been a good idea. Like, I don't know what the Demon King, I don't know what the fuck is going through this man's head. I don't know if Meliodas, like, just fucked with him and just, like, brainwashed him to thinking that this was a good idea. I have no goddamn clue. I really don't. I really want to know what the fuck happened. I do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What the fuck happened? Anyway, let's keep going. It's no wonder he was even able to easily handle Hendrix's attacks. And it was no wonder that Hawk is able to even fucking talk. And nobody's ever cautious about him since he's so personable and likable. Who knew that a pig from Purgatory would be that likable? Sir Meliodas, Sir Bon, please tell me more about Hawk. Aw, surely he's grown up to be a fine, strong man. Yeah, he's definitely grown up wonderfully, all right. So what does my little brother do on the other side? As I thought, is he a warrior like me? He's the captain of the food scraps disposal knights. What a magnificent title! Oh God, these fails are cute. What's wrong, Wow? Ah, crap! He was so far off from what you imagined. He went into shock and started hyperventilating. Sorry about that. We ended up being a bit too honest there. Aww. I guess you're disappointed to find out your little brother is different from how you imagined, huh? Well, I definitely went into shock from the shock, but no matter how far off from my imagination he is, or how different or paths we may walk, he is my brother, flesh and blood. To me, he's my one and only precious little brother. This is how every, family should be. I will say this right now, my dad's side of the family is definitely like this. Even though, because my dad has done some really fucked up shit, and I didn't talk, I will tell you right now, I did not talk, he's done some fucked up shit to my mom, and I did not talk to my dad for, how long did I not talk to him for? I didn't talk to my dad for about 7 years. I did not talk to my dad. 7, 8 years, I did not talk to my dad. If it wasn't for my boyfriend, I would not be talking to my dad right now. And I have a good relationship with my dad now. Because what my dad did to my mom, he had multiple affairs on my mom. He stole money from my mom, and he committed a ton of credit card fraud and shit. And my mom could have put him in jail, but she didn't, because she wanted my dad to be there for my brother and me, so she didn't do that shit. But the thing is with my dad's side of the family, they could have disowned him and crap, but because of how they especially my aunt and my uncle, for example, on my dad's side of the family, it's because my dad is their brother. They stick by him no matter what. On my mom's side of the family, however, it's a little bit different. My mom's side of the family is weird, because my uncle, my mom's brother is my mom's brother and her actually have a good relationship. They actually talk to each other, but my mom's sister is kind of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie, but the thing is because my uncle married an atheist, and my mom, when she remarried, my stepdad is, he's not a Jew. My grandpa completely disowned them, and because of that, my aunt didn't really communicate with them, and she is a complete bitch anyway. So yeah, my family, my mom's side of the family is weird, but this line just really made me think about that. So especially my dad's side of the family. Family is on my dad's side of the family is extremely important. And my mom is trying to do that, try to instill that value in me, especially I'm trying to have a relationship with my brother, because I do have a little brother. And look at Meliodas. You're right. Now then, the storm's blown over, so let's get going. To the Demon King and to my precious little brother. But I never thought that the door to the world where my little brother is would be at the feet of the Demon King. Well, that's just our best guess. How long has the Demon King been here? He's been around long before I was born. He was sealed here 3,000 years ago in the real world's time. In my search for my brother's whereabouts, I have challenged the Demon King countless times and have always gotten crushed. Out of our 12,118 battles, I've lost 12,118 times. You've got some crazy dedication. The two words "give up" are not in the dictionary of I, Wild. And to now have been able to see hope that I may meet my brother again, I now know it was all for naught. I'm sure Master would crap his pants if he saw you. I agree. Mild, good night, my precious little brother. What the heck is that song? It was a lullaby I used to sing to Mild all the time. He loved this song. You're a good big brother, Wild. What's the matter, Captain? Oh, do you have a little brother as well, Sir Meliodas? When Wild was talking about Master, that was the first time I've ever seen you make that face. Your little brother, if I recall, was Zeldris? I see. Now that you mention it, I've never properly told you about it. Well, if you don't want to talk about it, I wouldn't force you to. That's not it. It's just neither an interesting story nor a story worth hearing. I have two little brothers, Zeldris and Estarossa. What? You mean that goatee guy that killed you once? Yeah, he's my little brother. Hang on a second. He doesn't look, like your brother in the least. His face is nothing like yours. It's not like he can help it. Pay attention to this right here. Because Bon said, first of all, Bon didn't even acknowledge Estarossa, and also, if I remember correctly, prior to going into Purgatory, even Elizabeth said she did not remember Estarossa. So something's a little bit fishy here. Sorry for interrupting your story. Please continue. I was once hailed as the commander of the 10 Commandments and called the candidate for the next Demon King. And to be honest, it's not like I completely hated it. No matter how foolish I thought the war with the Goddess Clan was as the leader of the Demon Clan, I spent day and night in battle. And Zeldris, if I may humbly say, idolized that version of me. Wait a minute! This story looks familiar! Doesn't this story look familiar? Wasn't this the story that Estarossa was telling Elizabeth? So this seems very familiar, doesn't it? You could almost call him honest and sincere to a fault. Again, exactly what has been said about Estarossa so far. He learned how to fight from me. Again, what Estarossa told Elizabeth. He learned how to fight from me and continued to bring down his sword for the sake of the Demon Clan. To be honest, I was never able to comprehend why he was so desperate and worked so hard. It was around that time that I met Elizabeth, and my entire world was turned around. I just remembered. I believe Elizabeth... Oh my god, hold on a second. I gotta double check this. Because I don't think Elizabeth remembers seeing Estarossa at all. Hold on a second. Okay, I just double checked to make, and like the previous chapters where we've gotten flashbacks, and just something seems very suspicious, because around this time, you would think, because Estarossa is the middle brother, right? So you would think around this time, you would be seeing Estarossa here, right? But would this have been, oh man, was this even around the time Estarossa had gotten his commandment? That's a very interesting question. Like, would this have been around the time Estarossa got his commandment or not? Very interesting question. Curious what you guys think about that. Anyway, let's keep going here. You could almost call him honest and sincere to a fault. He learned how to fight from me and continued to bring down his sword for the sake of the Demon Clan. Hold on, let me make sure I got this. Yeah. To be honest, I was never able to comprehend why he was so desperate and worked so hard. That was around that time, it was around that time that I met Elizabeth, and my entire world was turned around. The joy of having someone precious to me, and the feeling of wanting to protect someone precious to me. I finally understood my little brother, because he already had one. This was Gilda. At that time, so basically, Zeldris was in love with Gilda before Meliodas got with Elizabeth, which is very interesting. Like, go figure, right? Someone precious to him who he wanted to protect. Amongst most of the demon clan who bowed the goddess clan and other races without much of any reason, Zeldris sought to fight as a cruel, cold-hearted executioner in order to protect his beloved, which we've seen with Meliodas as of late. Especially since the Demon King was taking more, as he was starting to take more and more of Meliodas' emotions. Meanwhile, I swore to put an end to the fruitless, meaningless war together with Elizabeth and betray the Demon Clan, without knowing it would be the impetus that caused the Holy War. The unexpected betrayal of the commander of the Ten Commandments caused a serious strain, which we found out about this earlier on in the series. The vampire sect that disapproved of being subservient to the Demon King aimed to rebel, but the rebellion failed, and as a lesson to the vampire sect, he ordered his executioner, Zeldris, to kill his beloved by his own hand. But we know what happened. It's not mentioned here, but we know what happened because of the vampire arc that we had earlier on in the manga, that if you are an anime only, you got really fucked. Because the anime decided not to show it. Fuck you, anime, for not showing it. Basically, what happened is Gelda came out from the seal, and because Zeldris wasn't around, she demanded Meliodas to kill her. But there are theories, and I kind of am on the side where, like, I don't think Meliodas killed Gelda, and I'm gonna give you my full thoughts on what I think is going on with Gelda after I finish this up here, because there's not that much left in this chapter. By his own hand. I can't even begin to imagine just how much he suffered in that moment. You gotta, and you know what? Even though we know the truth that Zeldris sealed Gelda, you gotta imagine how painful. Even though he didn't kill her, but he sealed her. You gotta imagine how painful that is. That you have to seal the one you love away, and you have to wonder if Zeldris. You have to feel like Zeldris probably sympathizes with Meliodas to an extent, because Meliodas has to see the one he loves die over and over again, and I think to an extent that's why Zeldris is going with Meliodas' plan and to break Elizabeth's curse, because he doesn't want him to go through the same pain that he's had to go through. So I think that's why Zeldris has really been going with Meliodas' plan all this time, is because of that, now that I think about it. Captain, Sir Meliodas, and that's all. When he needed me there the most, I wasn't by his side. When he needed my help the most, I couldn't do anything for him. And my brother's most precious thing was taken away. Pretty pointless story, isn't it? You have to and I was just thinking about this. You have to, because remember, like, I think this was a while back, and this is when they were, making the agreement to make Meliodas the Demon King. Part of me thinks that part of their, like, agreement to do this, and this really makes me believe that Meliodas just didn't kill Gelda, that he flat out just sealed her. I wonder if part of that agreement is to unseal Gelda. I got a feeling that's the case. Just something tells me that part of the agreement for helping Meliodas become Demon King and breaking Elizabeth and Meliodas' curse, is to unseal Gelda. I want to know what you guys think about that. Do you guys think that's they made an agreement to do that? It's not pointless at all. So then what about your brother? Wild? What about your other brother? Wild? I'll save that story for another time. What's wrong, Captain? What is this? Something's wrong. My memories of Estarossa are... Why can't I... Have you noticed as well? Like me, you are unable to remember anything. Haha. This voice, there's no mistaking it. It's him. You truly are just so effeminate, so girly it makes me sick. As I thought, my son has no need of your existence, emotions. the one behind it all, the Demon King, attacks the ultimate wall in their way to return to the real world. No one remembers Estarossa's past. As the mystery deepens, a confrontation with the Demon King, and to be continued in chapter 272, a glorious battle. So let's talk about, I already said my thoughts on what I think is going to go down, possibly go down with Zeldris. Like, the other thing that I'm thinking that might go down with Zeldris is, like, after, like, everything's set, well, basically, after the curse is broken, Zeldris is gonna, you know, free Gilda, and they're gonna have their happily ever after. That's what I want anyway. That's what I want for Zeldris. But in regards to Estarossa, like, was I the only one that found it odd? Because notice throughout the entire story that you did not see Estarossa anywhere in this flashback. Like, you would think that at least Estarossa would have just, you know, at least been in the background, but he wasn't there. Now, this goes back to, like, the whole thing with Mael. Something, like, if even the Demon King can't remember Estarossa, something had to go down with the battle against Mael to affect the memories of even the Demon King. So, like, it's either, and, because something's very, very off. Because, just think about it this way. What if the Demon King and Meliodas, and probably even Zeldris, don't remember Estarossa, then what do the archangels do? So something's off here in regards to that. It's very, very interesting. Like, a thought would be maybe that the Supreme Goddess is involved, Mael himself is involved. Like, I just don't know. Like, if Mael, something that is a possibility, and I'm very curious what you guys think about this. Think of it like as the, and I just thought about this. You know how, like Kami from the Dragon Ball series, that in order for him to, you know, take over the role as Kami, that what he had to do was force the evil out of him, and that, you know, evil ultimately became Piccolo. Like, what if that was the case in Mael? But in the case of in Mael's case, like, Mael, just think of it this way. Mael became corrupted, right? And what happened was with Mael, that the Supreme Goddess, because Mael basically fell from grace, that the Supreme Goddess divided him up. She separated his evil side and made him into a demon. And then she separated separated the grace, his gift, his grace, and put it into and turned it into Escanor, and reincarnated it into a human, and that's Escanor. That is one thing that I'm thinking that it could be, because that would actually make a little bit of sense. Something that I could see happening here in regards to Estarossa, and this is if we escape, is especially if Estarossa is not even like a son of the Demon King. I kind of still think that Estarossa, because we don't know we don't know Estarossa's origins at all. We don't know who his mother is. Like, if we find out that his mother is the supreme goddess and his father is the demon king, which I don't even know if that's a possibility anymore, because the demon king does not remember Estarossa as a kid, so we don't even fucking know it. We don't know anymore. I think the answers lie with the supreme goddess. I think she knows. She knows something that we don't. I am leaning towards the Kami theory, because remember, Mael fell from grace, and that Estarossa represents Mael's evil side, and Escanor is Mael's good side, but in human form. Very curious what you guys think about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think is going? Who do you guys think Estarossa is? Like, why do you think, even if the Demon King doesn't remember who Estarossa is, then do you think that he's even a son of the Demon King anymore? Or like, I don't even know at this point. Anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to my channel expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, or purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!